Wait, is that the issue? Wow. Over the years, the team have made around 100 brooms in at least 20 different designs. There have been different broomsticks for different characters. Technology has changed, and of course the children who flew them in the early films are now taller and heavier adults. Oh, I feel like I'm getting into this now. Oh, hello. Oh, getting a bit more excited. Oh, hello. Dan's right. It isn't comfortable, but it is great fun. What I need now, though, is a bit of scenery. That's more like it. Right. I'm off home the quick way. But I'll be back after the break when we find out what happens when tensions start to rise between Harry, Ron and Hermione.
Stop! Stop! Let go!
Emma gives the boys a run for their money. And we find out who did this to Harry. They didn't tell me how to stop. We're behind the scenes of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. Harry, Ron and Hermione spend most of the film on the run, moving camp every time danger comes too close. But life under canvas gets very tense as their friendship is seriously put to the test for the first time.
I think a lot of it, quite a bit of it, is to do with this kind of object that we've got. The Horcrux locket is kind of, because we're all kind of wearing it in different stages. It's got to take turns in wearing it. And it kind of has this really weird effect on you.
The wearer becomes kind of exhausted and starts to think like really negative thoughts, and it kind of like starts to take over the, whoever's wearing it. And the person that it affects the most is Ron.
It makes you kind of paranoid, and it was really cool doing those kind of scenes.
You think I don't know how this feels? You don't know how it feels! Your parents are dead! You have no family!
He's really insecure about how close Hermione and Harry are because he's in love with Hermione, and that's stressing him out, and he's hungry, he's not been away from, he's used to being taken care of, and, they're alone and they don't know what they're doing.
And James killing.
And Ron is constantly listening to the radio, trying to find out, for news of his family, and hears the death toll of more and more people, muggles and wizards alike, who are being killed as a result of the dark forces that are increasing in power, drives him to the point where that tension eventually overflows.
Stop! Stop! Let go! Go then!
Now, this wasn't something that was in the book, but I think Joe will love it, which is Ron leaves and they're both devastated, but particularly Hermione. She's decided to stay with Harry, and she misses she loves Ron too, and just like he loves her, though they found it very difficult to express that.
Me and Hermione just sort of start dancing to this song, together. And it's a slow song together, and it's a slow dance basically, and even I can just about manage that. It is a very lovely and tender scene, and it's one of those moments between Harry and Hermione. In fact, it is the only moment between Harry and Hermione where you go, are they about to do something they might... No, okay, no, it's fine, they're not.
If I may, I understand that you're dyspraxic.
Yes, yes, mildly.
Mildly. Just, can you explain sort of how that manifests itself, and what the implication therefore is that in terms of stunts and so on?
I mean, if anything, the stunts and stuff has actually helped a lot because it deals with coordination, and that's the main thing that I say about dyspraxia, is that it's to do with coordination. I mean, it's some people have it very, very badly and find it hard to catch a ball and hand-eye coordination stuff. I've never had it quite that badly, although you should see me throw. But it's also a processing thing, so I take in information slightly slower than everybody else does. Through doing training and through doing bits of gymnastics when I was younger on Potter, that has absolutely stood me in very good stead and has made all the dyspraxia stuff kind of decrease a lot.
This training was put to good use during a terrifying chase through the forest, where Dan and Emma and Rupert surprised everyone.
Oh, but don't miss out the chase. The chase is awesome.
So talk us through the chase.
The chase is great before we get captured. So cool. So we went to this amazing forest, and they had this camera set up that I've never seen before, which is that it kind of like runs on a wire. So it's like kind of like a remote control camera. It's kind of incredible. And it meant that it could go unbelievably fast. So usually when we do the running scenes, there's like a poor cameraman like desperately trying to like sweating, like, trying to keep up with us, and we're kind of like having to slow it down a little bit. But with this camera was so bloody fast. Dan, I and Rupert were killing ourselves. I mean, killing ourselves. I've never run so hard in my entire life.
In this scene, as the film builds to its climax, Harry, Ron and Hermione are literally running for their lives from Voldemort's bounty hunters, the Snatchers.
I go to take one, I go, okay, action. And they go, and I think, whoa! And they're really trying to, and they run like maniacs, and we've got quad bikes and trying to keep up with them. And it's because they are trying to outcompete each other. Dan wants to run faster than Emma. Emma wants to run faster than Dan. And Rupert just wants to be anywhere to try and keep up with the pair of them.
To us, they never really tell us that we're going to do stuff like this. We arrive on set and they're like, right, we're going to, you know, go. And you're just like, okay, you just start running, really.
Yeah.
It's mad.
There's a few obstacles as well we have to...
Yeah, there's quite, because they've had to, they've taken lots of the tree stumps out, so there's sort of loads of stumps around this level, like perfect, tripping over height.
Their run has been carefully planned, tree stumps included, by stunt coordinator Greg Powell.
We went down and looked at it first, and we like from A to B. And what we have to do is prep the ground, because then we let wrap the artist's knees up and ankles up with bands to make sure they're tight, and just let them go, and it was good.
I imagine that some of the actors are keen to do as much as they possibly can, whereas others are a little bit sort of more nervous.
Yeah, I mean, Dan, for instance, he'd go all day long. The one who surprised me on the day at Swinley was Emma.
There was loads of pyrotechnics. I was like firing, shooting spells behind me, and like explosions were going off. I mean, it was so much fun. It was fun.
That's the sort of thing you dream about doing. You watch the film, and you think, if only I'd actually done it. But you actually got to do it.
I felt pretty great. And I was really pleased because Greg, who's head of stunts, was kind of really like, oh, she's this little girl. She's not really gonna do it. And I really gave it my all. I like, really gave it my best.
When we was rehearsing this, I was looking at it, I said, no, just go a little bit slower because I'm not sure whether they keep up with that. You just beat a lot of them, then just go to the third round. Good.
Are you guys secretly competing? Who's going to get there fastest?
That's really good, Em. I'm surprised that you were doing along there, really good.
Oh, fab, thanks.
He came up to me and he was like, oh, it's quite good.
It's a huge compliment from Greg.
Yeah, coming from Greg, I was quite pleased. You know, he's like worked on some of the biggest action films of all time.
The scene has rather a shocking end as Hermione appears to turn on Harry.
We are brought actually to Malfoy Manor by the Snatchers because they think they might have found Harry Potter. But they're not sure because Hermione has put this stinging jinx on me, which makes this kind of half of my face swell up to about 4 times its natural size.
What happened to you, ugly? No, not you. But it's pretty much his eye, and everything else is a kind of weird...
Like it's melted or...
Yeah, it's really uncomfortable to look at, actually. Yeah, it looks like melted is the best. I haven't even thought of that word, but that's the one. It looks like it's sort of drooping off his face a bit.
The audience has to believe that the Malfoys won't recognise him. So it has to be enough of a disguise that you buy into the fact he is disguised. However, you mustn't lose Dan. You know, it mustn't be completely hidden because you want your audience to still feel empathetic with the fact it's him.
The worst part of it is putting it on in the mornings, which is like from 6 o'clock till 9 o'clock in the morning, all you can sort of smell and feel is glue.
I think he really loved it to begin with, because it was like being a different person. So when you first saw Dan in it, he kind of sauntered around, and Dan just loved not quite being Harry, being someone else.
What's your name? Dudley.
The piece itself moves very softly and with very little resistance, so that all the muscle movements, you know, all the performance that's going on behind comes through. If you think of the prosthetic as a skin we're creating, and you think of the actor's face as a piece of machinery underneath that moves in certain ways, we mustn't dilute that movement because we're filtering the performance.
That's not very sort of leading man-esque, is it, to disfigure you quite so dramatically?
Work for John Hurt, Alpha Man.
Touch her! Your boyfriend will get much worse than that if he doesn't learn to behave himself.
So that's where we're going to have to leave it. But, to be honest, with the body count rising like it is, we probably all need a bit of a breather. I guess this is the middle of the end. I can't tell you any more about the film, but I can tell you there is a cracking cliffhanger. So, enjoy it, and I'll see you next summer for the...
He knows. He knows it's broken to bring us. He knows what we took. those were hunting Horcruxes.
How was it you?
I saw him.
You saw him? You let him in? Harry, you can't do that.
I can't always help it, Hermione. Well, maybe I can, I don't know. Hermione, what did you see?
You saw him? You let him in? Harry, you can't do that.
I can't always help it, Hermione. I don't know, maybe I can. Never mind, what did you see? Well, he's angry, but he's scared too. He's going to make sure the other Horcruxes are safe.
Harry talks in his sleep. Harry talks in his sleep. Next.
Start the wind. And 3, 2, 1, go!
You bloody fools. What were you thinking coming here? Do you have any idea how dangerous it is?
You're Aberforth. Dumbledore's brother. It's you I've been sitting in this. It's you who sent Dobby.
Thank you, Miss Dumbledore. Did save our lives twice. Kept an eye on us in that mirror. That doesn't seem like someone who's given up.
I need to get into Hogwarts tonight.
You know what to do.
Expelliarmus!
It's more something of that.
So we're sort of there. That's good, that's perfect. That's good. And then we'll be looking at
That's he?
yeah, it's easy. And then we do the gag. That's good.
Action. Rupert. Oh, terrific, guys. That's great. Good. And we'll do one more like that. That's great. Very nice. Cutting there. And action. Rupert.
You're alright at laughing. Yeah, not you.
You're alright, guys. You okay?
The best part of that was I said to her, are you okay? And she goes, yeah, I'm fine.
All right, straight away, guys.
There isn't that much.